Another question from the audience. We'll start with Mr. Stokely. What is your actual appraisal experience? How many appraisals or how many hours have you spent actually in the field collecting, processing that data, and training others? Do not include work done by others on your behalf or in the company of a more experienced appraiser. Only consider that experience gained when you were solely responsible for your work.
Well, and that's another thing that's kind of an easy gotcha. Mr. Gray has been in office for 17 years over in Douglas County. He has taken, can't remember how many hours, many hours, and he'll tell you here in just a second. 14 IAAO appraisal courses. I've taken all the courses that were offered in my term by the State Tax Commission. If he thinks he can come over here and run this office like he ran Douglas County, he's sadly mistaken, because it's not the same animal. If he thinks that he's going to be doing all the field work, and that office is going to run like that, if he thinks he can train every mapper, if he thinks he can do all the field work, he thinks he can do all the personal property work, thinks he can do all the real estate appraisal, setting values in the office, he doesn't have a clue. So, you know, that's just a gotcha question. Obviously, he's been in a small county, and he's bragged on how much of an advantage living in a backwater county is.
Wow. Not that much. Not at all that much.
Okay, well, I apologize for that. I've got the assessor of Douglas County on the front row. So,
and the sheriff of Douglas County right here on the front row.
We'll let Mr. Stokely finish, please.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Well, you guys proudly.
Come on over and see our backwaters.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
One of the more rural, least developed counties in the state of Missouri. Percentage-wise, there's no comparison. Assessed valuation population, new construction, rate of growth. Based on all those things, Danny's 17 years, based on that percentage, is less than 2 years compared to my experience in Christian County. You can do the math for yourself if you'd like to do that.
Oh, I do have a response to that. Wow. You know, Douglas County is a pretty good county. I grew up there, lived there all my life. Some good people there. Some wonderful people up here also. Me and Podunk, wow. A little bit about...
I did not say Podunk.
Oh, sorry.
Backwash,
I'm sorry. I do have 770 classroom hours. I do have 17 years experience doing that. I don't know how many hours of actual field work that I've got out there. I'm certified with the State Missouri Appraisers Association for 1,000 hours a year, so that would be somewhere around 17,000 hours. Do I think that I can come up here and do all the residential appraisals, agriculture, and commercial appraisals? No, I don't. But what I can do is assist and help lay out a program to be able to do that with the people up here. That's where my experience does come into play. David is comparing the size of Douglas to Christian and his 2 years to my 17. I don't know that he has appraised 37,000 parcels or 40,000 parcels in the 2 years that he's been here. It's no comparison. As far as the workload is the same whether you're dealing in a county the size of Douglas or a county the size here. You have 16 people, I think, when David went into office that were here, not now I guess, but it could down to 13. Am I off on that? I could be off on that, I'm not exactly sure. I had 4. So the quality and the amount of work we had to do is still there.
David, do you have a response?
Well, yeah, it's, you know, Mr. Gray has experience. I've got experience. I've got experience in this county. Mr. Gray's treasurer is married to the Douglas County surveyor. Mr. Gray's...
No, it's not. No, treasurer is moving to the corner.
Could we not have audience participation, please?
I apologize.
Thank you. Mr. Gray's treasurer is married to the Douglas County surveyor. I believe I have that correct.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there nodding his head. So audience participation with a thumbs up is okay.
Oh, that's on your side.
Yeah, on Danny's campaign signs, Douglas County map is in the background. You know, he's got experience in Douglas County. I've got experience in Christian County. I've got experience as the assessor in this county, and I've done the job and I've done it well. If I was going to trade places with him, with everything, there'd be no contest.
Final response, Mr. Gray?
Well, you know, the biggest response that I have to that is the fact that I spent many years trying to get educated because I felt the assessor's office was so important to find out to get trained as quickly as possible. Within the first 7 months that I was in office, I'd taken 3 appraisal classes. And the reason for that is as soon as I went to work there, I realized how important it was to become an appraisal expert. That's what we do. We appraise personal property, we appraise real, we have to be appraisal experts.